We're going to click on create, and now you can see that the basic structure of the agent is created. Now we have at the top, we have knowledge tab. This allows you to add additional knowledge. So we haven't added any knowledge to the onboarding assistant. To do that, all you have to do is click on add knowledge. This gives you an option to add knowledge like publicly available website or SharePoint site repository or any sort of Azure AI search, Dataverse, other third-party connectors to connect into third-party application sources like Salesforce or ServiceNow, things like that. Or you can click on advanced to see other advanced connectors which is available, or it has an ability to upload files, and each file can be up to 512 MB, and if it is not labeled as confidential or highly confidential or contain password, you can upload that, so that can be used as a knowledge source for this agent to retrieve data from. So I'm going to click on cancel. Similarly, on top we have topics, action, activity, post deployment. You can check the analytics, and there you have channels. When you decide to publish it, where do you want to publish it? Do you want to publish it into Teams and Microsoft 365 or a demo website or any other channels available here? On the right hand side, here is where you can come in and test your agent by asking simple question. So if you ask something like hello, the agent should respond back to you in natural language, because this is grounded to use generative AI. So it is designed to keep the conversation going. And then we'll come to the topics and things like that to define where this particular conversation should go, what should be the right output, and things like that. Now it is already interacting back to us. So that's the test your agent tab. To test it further, what we are going to do is we are going to go to the agent which we have uploaded, so that what we are basically trying to learn is we learned how to create it, because I have other components pre-built so that we can save time and straight away get into the learning part. So let's go on, click on agents. The one we created is onboarding assistant just now. The one we uploaded is Contoso customer assistant. So click on that. It's an agent created just like this in the Copilot Studio. So now here, if you come to this agent, it has some description like what it is going to do, some general instruction on what it is going to perform, some topics, knowledge sources. So you can see that there are public knowledge sources attached, like it is pointing to some Copilot Studio knowledge sources. You can click on knowledge to see what it is grounded with. There are 2 public websites which is grounded within this particular agent to use. So what we are going to do is we are going to test this agent. So click on this test button. The agent is telling, hey, I'm Contoso customer assistant, a virtual assistant. Just so that you're aware, I sometimes use AI to answer these questions. If you provide a website during creation, try asking me about it. So let's have a conversation with this agent to see what it can do. So I'm going to ask hello, hit enter. So the agent responds back saying that, hey, how can I help you today? On the left hand side, whenever you have the conversation, you can clearly see what's happening in the topics tab. So it's automatically opened for us. All right. So when you interact with this agent, you will get the response from the agent. So, but when you double tap on the response, you will get to the topic and how it used to come up with that particular response. So if you use any phrase, you can see that this is topic. So if you use any phrase like hello, hey, hi, good afternoon, good morning, things like that, we have created a topic. It is designed to give a response back. We added another topic, say that message, and the message is like, hello, how can I help you today? So that's the message we created. And then the conversation end. But if you want to give additional suggestive topics here, you can add additional node with specific details on what it should be the additional response to give. But now we are waiting for other input from the user to keep the conversation going. Now let me quickly give you an overview about all the things what you see over here. Let me quickly minimize this part so that I can see channels as well. After that, we will start with the next set of customization. First is the overview tab. To help you understand, this overview tab gives you the description of the agent, its instructions. You can clearly see what are the instruction is nothing but the set of rules what we are telling the agent to perform. This include a quick view of its configuration like knowledge sources, topics, actions, published status, and so on. So that is what it has. Additionally, you can see some startup prompts as well. This allows you to modify and edit different startup prompt, things like that. The next tab is the knowledge tab. This is where you manage the agent's knowledge source, such as are you going to use a public website, or are you going to use a particular file or a SharePoint site or a connector, things like that. That is going to be defined here. The next tab is topics. Topics is where you are going to manage custom and system topics. We had just now seen an example when I double clicked on this response. It showed you a topic card. You can see topics as what they're going to define how conversational dialogue plays out. Topics are discrete conversational path which used together allows users to have conversation that feels natural and flows appropriately. You can either use the custom topics which is given by the Copilot Studio or some system generated ones, or you can create your own topics either from a blank template, or you can use Copilot itself with a description to create topic for you. The next tab is actions. Actions is where you manage actions. Actions are piece of logic with input or output. They leverage Power Platform components such as connectors, Power Platform, Cloud Flows, AI Builder, custom prompts, or any sort of bot framework skills. So where are this action going to be useful? The actions are useful to leverage generative AI to prompt the user for any sort of necessary action or necessary input, as well as to summarize the output of the action in the desired format. Let's close out of this action window. The next one is activity tab. So if the generative AI is on, then we will be able to see the activity. So we will come back to this later. Let's look into the analytics. Analytics is where you can view metrics to monitor how well your agent is serving your users and identify ways to improve it. So post deployment, you can see that how many users are using it, what's the bounce rate and stuff like that, the usage pattern, things like that. Channel is where you configure how your agent is made available to your users. For example, are you going to deploy to Teams or a website and things like that? And we already talked about its environment. So if you click on environment, this allows you to switch between different environments. So environment is where you can identify the Power Platform environment you're working from. You would typically create and author an agent in a development environment and then deploy to a test and production environments. Close out the environment tab. Then we have these two buttons at the top, publish and settings. I'm not going to click on, let's click on publish. All right, so when you click on publish, this allows you to publish it to the places where you choose to. So this is where you can make the latest version of the agent available to the users. Apart from the test pane, changes are not reflected to end users if you haven't published the agent. Let's cancel it.